Hello, brother. Welcome to my course, Basics of Tantric Sexuality. This course is specially designed for men like you who want to uplift their sexuality and become a beast in the bedroom. So, I want to start a little bit about myself. My name is Fatih. I'm from Turkey, and I've been into different type of tantric sexuality and Taoist techniques for more than a decade now. It's been 13 years. And when I was a young teenager guy, or even in my 20s, I was a very, very quick ejaculator. I had girlfriends, I had many relationships, but most of them suffered because of really bad quality of sex. And I'm also a very spiritual person, and I've been to Japan when I was 23 years old. I was modeling there, and I was studying Japanese. But at some point, I had a very strong spiritual calling, and some meditation and Reiki and this kind of interest that I had lead me to a kind of spiritual awakening that shifted my life. And it helped me a lot with many things, but not with my sexuality. So then I have to learn how to have a sexual life in a better way, how to work with my sexuality, and also help me with my spiritual growth. This was even more difficult than any other thing that I have done because I have to learn a lot of new techniques and study and practice a lot. Luckily, I met a really good tantric master actually on the same day that I met an amazing tantric woman. So that was in 2007. I was in Israel for a short trip, and I met this amazing like magician type of woman, and she took me to Dead Sea in Israel, and we had a very short time, like 24 hours or something, and she gave me a tantric initiation. She gave me a different experience of how sex could be. It was way different than all the other experiences I had before in my life. So, and then I went back to visit her after a couple of months. We become lovers for a while. But that day, I wouldn't forget that day because she gave me so much space that I felt completely relaxed as a man. And she kind of really initiated me into Tantra. Tantra is a cult of the feminine. I'm gonna tell you this sentence many times during this course. Tantra is the cult of the feminine, which requires us to connect with our inner feminine. It's a kind of counterintuitive thing. You want to be more masculine, you want to first explore your feminine aspect. So, and she gave me that energy. She gave me that experience. And very interestingly, when I was on the way back, because I had a plane on the same day that I met her in the same 24 hours. So I was back in the airport in Tel Aviv. I opened my laptop. There was no smartphones back then. It was 2007. iPhone was just coming up. So I read my email, and my email was that in Istanbul, where I'm living, there's a Tantra master coming, and in the same evening, he's giving a free speech, and on the weekend, there's a workshop, Tantra workshop. And I find myself sitting in front of this guy, and I took that workshop. So it was kind of coincidence, an amazing coincidence. And then I started studying with him for a very long time. After 6 months, I went to Thailand to study with him, and he was also a big yoga teacher. He had a big yoga school, and I stayed there 5 years. I had all kind of different experiences, and I went very deep with breathing techniques and asanas and yoga in a very masculine way. So I want to share the core of these teachings with you. And for me, Tantra really transformed my whole life. Transformation, I call it. Transformation. And when I look back, I had very low self-confidence because my sex was sucking. So girls were. I remember that after one sex, I was dumped. Sometimes she would see that I'm not really good. I'm handsome, but I'm horrible at bed. So she would dump me. I had a lot of these kind of experiences. So I had low self-confidence, but now I have much more self-confidence with women and in life because I know that my sex is really, really good. And I'm not saying I'm a porn star, I'm saying I'm like an animal, like fucking like a rabbit for 1-2 hours. I mean, we can have sex for 2 hours, But the sex is very different. There's energetic aspects and spiritual aspects, and there are a lot of tricks that men don't know and women like very much. So I'm going to go into these details in this course as well, but primarily we're going to focus on how to control our ejaculation and how to have multi orgasms without ending the sex. And instead of having 5 minutes or 10 minutes sex, I'm going to teach you how you can have sex 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. Like, it depends on how much you practice and how much experience you're having, but it's definitely there. If you are patient with me, if you're patient with this material, and if you do your homeworks, it's inevitable that you're going to have amazing results. So again, welcome to my course.